again, everybody. Jeff Brady, your Director of Communications, with another edition of Bloomin' in the Branch. And once again, this is our monthly video series where we offer you tips to help keep your grass, your beds, your lawns green, or at least healthy all year round. And we're once again in our West Rose Garden, and once again, we have Park Supervisor Ben Solis to give us these tips. Ben, thanks for being out here once again. We appreciate your expertise because you're helping us with doing the right thing to keep things green. And today we're talking about what to do to prepare for the freeze. And I guess our first topic is what we can do with the smaller plants, whether they're a small rose bush or a potted plant.
Okay, for our potted plants, we want to try and bring anything inside that you can, whether it's a shed, garage, or in the house. If they're in the ground, of course you can't do that, so let's talk about putting some frost cloth on them. If you don't have some commercially bought at your hardware store frost cloth, you can take a sheet and just place it over that. Main thing is start at the ground. Be sure that you've got everything covered, stapled down or bricked down, and that'll protect everything that you need to protect.
Now, what about plastic? A lot of people will throw a plastic tarp over plants prior to a freeze.
Right, that is definitely not what you want to do.
That's
plastic,
a no-no.
That is correct. A plastic tarp of sheet, any type of plastic is going to create that oven effect. When the sun comes out, it's going to bake those plants. So you're talking about cold or hot, which one do you want? So we want to just protect it from the cold. And some people use milk jugs to put over individual plants, but you'll have to be sure and take the lid off so that heat can escape. And so there's different ways, but preferably not plastic.
All right, so thanks for that, Ben. And then moving to a little bit bigger plant, kind of like what we have right here, what do you do if there's just too many to cover? It's too much work, you can't cover them all, or it's planted, so there's really no way to move the plant inside.
Right, so it's best if you can get a good layer of mulch, about 3 inches, or compost, 3 inches layered over that plant. And if you don't have that, you can use the leaves that are available in your yard.
Well, we all should have plenty of those.
That's right, this is the time. So if you haven't mulched them up from our last series, then you can use those to pile up around your plants and bushes, and that'll help get those temperatures, keep them from going down too low.
Okay, so we've got that. And then the last piece of advice you had is really something that might be counterintuitive and involves watering before a freeze.
That's right. Some people think you don't want to put that water on, it's going to freeze the plant. But actually it helps protect those temperatures as well. You have most of the time it's predicted when a freeze is coming. If you can get it ahead of time, that helps make sure that the plant is not stressed out going into the freeze. And then right when the freeze is coming, you'll go ahead and turn that water on, get it all covered, and make sure that we can keep those temperatures low at the ground.
And what you're really talking about is watering the root system.
Yes.
It's not so much spraying the leaves and the buds.
No, but that will happen if you have a sprinkler system.
Sure.
It won't hurt it. It's mainly another one of those ways to stabilize the root zone. You definitely want to be sure when you're done to turn those sprinkler systems off so we don't create a situation on a sidewalk or street.
And what about fertilizing during the winter, Ben?
You don't want to put down any fertilizer because it's going to encourage new growth, and you don't want that tender growth to be out when the freezes start coming. So it could just damage the plant and invite disease and bugs.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Ben, and hope this provided some helpful tips on how to help your lawn and your growing plants survive these freezing temperatures that are coming. May not feel like it right now, but believe me, the freezing temperatures are on the way. So that'll do it for this edition of Bloomin' in the Branch. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next month with more helpful hints to help keep your garden green.